Hi, Emily here with Veteran Community Partnership. Here at VCP, it is our mission to empower children and families to make informed food decisions and to gain culinary confidence for when cooking at home. We do all of this through our hands-on cooking experiences. And today, we'll be making a blueberry corn salsa so you can follow along at home and try it on your own. Today, we will be making blueberry corn salsa. You will need corn, red onion, cucumber, jalapeno, lime, cilantro, and some blueberries. You will also need some oil and cumin. First, we are going to remove the husks from our corn, and then we are going to slice off the kernels from the cob. To do this, we will use a sharp knife, and we will slice along the edge of the corn just like so, making sure our fingers are tucked behind us so that we can protect them. Once we have a flat surface, we will continue with this process of slicing the corn off of each side, rotating the cob as we go. Once we finish with our first cob, we'll move on to our second. Should you be using frozen corn or canned corn today, now is a great time to add it to our bowl. Next, we will be slicing our onion. First, we'll cut it in half, and then we will peel it. Leaving the root of the onion intact, we will cut strips into the onion right up into the root. Then, we will move our onion horizontally and cut vertically down those strips to make nice, bite-sized chopped pieces. Using 2 tablespoons, we'll place it into our bowl. Next, let's move on to our cucumber. First, we will chop it in half. We will cut off the end of one of our cucumber halves, and then we'll cut that in half again. Using a spoon, we'll scrape out the seeds. This is to ensure that there is no extra water that will add to the salsa. Next, we are going to create strips of our cucumber, and then we will cut across those strips to make a nice diced piece of cucumber. We'll follow those same steps for our other half of our cucumber. Next, we'll move on to our jalapeno. First, I'm going to cut it in half. And just like the cucumber, I'm going to scrape out the seeds with my spoon. This will help to ensure that it's not too spicy. Should you like the spice, feel free to keep some of the seeds and add them to the dish. Next, we will make slices of our jalapeno. And again, just as we did with our cucumber, we are going to make nice bite-sized pieces by cutting along those strips. I would like small pieces, so I also did a rock chop to ensure that I got smaller pieces of my jalapeno. Next, we're going to add some lime juice. First, I am rolling the lime to ensure that all the juices come to the top of the lime. Next, I'm cutting it in half and using a juice presser to get my lime juice into my bowl. Hands work too. Next is my cilantro. I'm going to bunch up my cilantro, and I'm going to make rough chops across my cilantro. This is to ensure the cilantro is nicely finely chopped. Next, I'm going to toss in my blueberries. And then I'll add my olive oil. and 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. Next, I will toss all of the ingredients together with a spoon, and then my salsa is ready. This salsa is best when fresh, but also great once refrigerated. You can keep it in your fridge for up to 5 days, and the flavors really come together. We hope you enjoy!